The Space Museum in Bonne Terre, Missouri welcomes a new addition. After nearly 4 years of extensive work by retired McDonnell Aircraft Engineers, the Grissom Center is now open.
All of us are volunteers here at the museum. We're not paid anything, and we've been working since January of 2015, coming down almost every Saturday, working 1 day a week.
In regard to the engineers that were here today, I am absolutely amazed. The youngest one is 85, I think, maybe 86. They've been here every weekend, almost every weekend for the last 3 years. That same kind of drive and energy, commitment, resolve is the same kind of drive and energy and commitment that took us to the moon in a single decade. These gentlemen that allowed us to do that are now living that same paradigm and allowing this to exist.
Named after space royalty, astronaut Virgil Gus Grissom and his brother Lowell Grissom, Apollo 1 Memorial Foundation board member, the Education Center houses rare artifacts that tell the history of space exploration.
We have to be willing to take risks. Gus Grissom is kind of our patron saint here. He made a speech 1 week before he died in the Apollo 1 fire. And he said, we want people to understand that space exploration is worth the risk of life. And if something happens, we want them to accept it, to pick up the pieces and go on.
All right, lift off and the clock is started. Yes, sir, reading you loud and clear. This is Freedom 7. The fuel is go, 1.2 G. Cabin at 14 PSI. Oxygen is go. On the periscope. What a beautiful view.
I think we need to know the history in order to get that inspiration and follow in the footsteps of those that have gone before.
If you go through the museum, you'll see placards there in the shape of Missouri, and if you see that, then that means that Missouri had something to do with that program or that event.
My connection with Earl Mullins is solidified with me, and I've been doing everything I can to help him put out the story that space started in St. Louis.
These innovative engineers began working for McDonnell Aircraft Corporation in St. Louis during the 1950s. With the simple technology of that era, they designed and built the Mercury and Gemini Capsules, the spacecraft that launched America's Man in Space program, carrying astronauts into orbit and traveling around the Earth. History was made. It was these early NASA programs that paved the way for the Apollo missions. Decades later, the iconic engineers now enjoy the opportunity to share their legacy with the next generations.
I saw a future in space that brings me down here. Every Saturday for the last 3 years, I've been coming down here working on this spacecraft. And to see where it is today makes me really proud to be able to do it.
Anything that we can do to create an interest in the young people today to get into the STEM programs and get into space, I think is very worthwhile. And I would hope that this facility would give them a little bit of inspiration to do so.
It's really incredible. It really is sort of the American dream. I was this little kid on this dairy farm in southern Illinois, and I was listening to all these events going on the radio and watching it on television. At that time, it was a big deal. We would have gatherings in our school and we would watch these space launches on television. I idolize these men, but I'm not talking about just the astronauts. I'm talking about the ones that made it all happen. They were larger than life, and never did I dream at that time that I would have the opportunity to rub shoulders with these same guys. They seemed unapproachable and untouchable, and I found out the thing that's true of all of them is they're just good, grassroots individuals with big hearts, big ideas, and big dreams.
I didn't really know there's anything like this. I've heard of the museum before, but to see all the artifacts they have here, like actual in-flight stuff that's been to space and back, is really neat.
And you get to see all this stuff and learn so much. It was really cool.
I really enjoy it. There's more than I expected there to be. It was great coming here today.
This facility is for you. Use it. Learn here. It's Missouri's museum.
What started out as a private collection morphed into something far bigger and beyond the imagination for museum owner-president Earl Mullins.
It's about a way of pushing the boundaries, doing what you love, doing noble things, doing things to benefit others. I have the opportunity to do a lot of shows with kids throughout the years, many schools. And when you see the light bulb come on in that child's eyes, it's worth all the sacrifice, because you know you've done something good. You've done something really good. And not only is it going to make a difference in that kid's life, it'll make a difference in every life he touches from that point forward.
We are now approaching lunar sunrise, and for all the people back on Earth, the crew of Apollo 8 has a message that we would like to send to you. God bless all of you on the good